I'm going to buy a cheap pair of pallet forks off of Amazon. I've seen them range anywhere between $250 down to $50, and that's the ones I'm going to get. Let me tell you why, and let's go ahead and get these things bought, and let's see what they do.
Think we should get some pallet forks? Huh? Think we should get some pallet forks, Pepper?
That's Pepper. There's old man Gideon. So check this out, right? I have got a TYM T224. It is a very small tractor, and it doesn't have a lot of lift capacity. But one thing about it is something else it doesn't have, and we're going to try to solve that problem. It does not have the skid steer quick attach system, and I'm telling you, now this model does have it optional, but my model does not, or my particular unit does not have it. So, hey, what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy a cheap pair of clamp-on pallet forks. We're going to see how it works on this machine. Now, let me tell you something right now. Let's go ahead and lower the bucket. And let's take a look. Right now, that bucket is nice and straight. Unlike my TYM 574 bucket, which has a big smiley face in it. This bucket is nice and straight. So we're gonna put it on here and hopefully we don't tear nothing up. So let's go ahead, let's get the forks ordered, wait for a couple days for them to get here. We'll slap them on the 224 and see if they actually work. Oh, Lord. The things you can do with pallet forks are really, I mean, it's such a versatile attachment you can add to your tractor to get a lot of things done. Helps you pick up debris, helps you pick up, you know, sticks and things like that, where a bucket just won't quite get the job done. So adding these to our buckets, hopefully, add different capabilities to that little small tractor. We can get more work done with it. All right, now that we're on Amazon, let's go ahead and type in clamp-on tractor forks. There we go. All right. We've got some for 118, 152. Yeta motor. Yeet is 88, 75, 96. There's a 59 from Vevor. Now I do have some Vevor products, but let's see. There's 59. All right, so let's go with let's take a look at the $59 ones. Right, 43-inch total lift or total length of the fork. 1,500 pounds capacity, which is way more than that 224 will lift. So 43 total length. So what size are the forks? Oh, the fork length here, see how it says it's 30 inches. Well, that's fine. That's okay for us on the 224. I would never put a fork like that on the 574, but for the 30-inch fork on there. So let's go ahead and let's buy it now. All right, now we've got the order placed. Now we just wait a couple days for them to ship it to us, and we'll put them on the tractor. I just got a notification saying the package has been delivered. The forks have been delivered. So I ordered it on the 13th. Like an hour later, I got an email saying it has shipped. Today's the 18th, so it took 5 days to get here. And it got here just in time because I went to an estate sale this morning, and this is what my wife bought. There's some concrete there, and this concrete. Anyway, and then there's some inside the truck. So she bought a water fountain, basically. So let's go get the forks. I'll show you what they look like when they arrive, and then we'll get them set on and we'll unload the water fountain. Alrighty. It's been cold, so I don't know how long it takes to fire this thing up. Alright, so this is what they look like when they show up. Just in a little small box. not awful heavy, but they do got a little weight to them. All right, here we go. Let's do a little unboxing, shall we? So it's a simple box. Remember, if you remember, you know, it's only been a couple seconds for you guys, but you got to remember that these are only 30-inch forks. So you got the little stabilizer piece that goes in the middle of them. Okay. Just wrapped into cellophane. It does have, looks like it's got some type of instructions on how to put them together here. Step 1, remove the butterfly screw. Step 2, connect the 2 stabilizer bars. Step 3, put on the fork and tighten the butterfly screw and connect the fork to the bucket. Pretty simple stuff. Alright, let's get these assembled and get it put on the bucket. Some people use like rubber mallets to tighten these with. We may. Okay, let's take a look. By the time it was all said and done, they were $74. $59, whatever it was, for the forks itself, and then taxes and shipping was it's $74.90 or 70, right at 75 bucks. Look, here's the welds. Here it is again from Vevor. I've got a couple of Vevor products, not sponsored by the way. I did pay 75 bucks for these. Not that, I mean, who cares? Who cares if they're sponsored or not? Anyway, you know, I've never done we're partnered with TYM for tractors, but I've never done a sponsored slot on Hank Hamilton channel. Unbelievable. Probably won't neither. Kind of keep it, you know, keep it real, if you will. So, all right, here's the welds on this side. Place for a hook, chain hook. It is thin-walled square tube in there. Let me measure the. It ain't horrible. It ain't bad. I mean, they're definitely $59. But for as little as I'm gonna do, oh, it's got slots here for the chain as well. So that's good. Both sides. They got the, oh, I like that little feature right there. See the little lip? That keeps it kind of on the bucket pretty good. So let's take a look and see. Let's measure and see how long the forks are. It said the forks are 30 inches, and indeed they are. 30 inches on the nose on this one. Same thing. 30 inches on the nose. So the length of the fork is 30 inches. Overall, 43 inches. from front to back. 43 inches front to back. 2-inch thick forks. That's probably 2 inches as well. Yep. All right. Let's put something on them. Let's quit talking about it. Let's do it. How about you, driver? The capacity of these were 1,500 pounds, but the machine won't lift that much. So it shouldn't exceed the capacity of the forks. And, you know, the machine capacity is measured, what, 24 inches from the pins, probably. That's what most people do. So the further you get out from the pins, the less weight you can pick up, if that makes sense. So let's go and see if we can't load up this concrete water fountain. Test our new forks out. It's hitting the bar right here. So the pallet is still, what's that, 3 inches or so. So you're going to be further out than what you already are. All right, let me tilt it back some. Wow, that is light in the rear end. That's a lot of weight. Here is the kind of the centerpiece. All right, let's move it. That's a lot of weight on this little small tractor. I mean, I bet it's 400 pounds. And then when you get it this far off the pins, you know, it amplifies that weight. Ooh, if I drop this, Mama gonna be mad. All right, now let's go see how she does with like moving debris and stuff and see if we can get her loose. It ain't. Now, like I say, some people hit these with rubber mallets to make them tighter, but that didn't have any effect whatsoever on them, just carrying that heavy load. But that was not demanding. So let's go see how we can do with debris and stuff. Okay, one thing I noticed, it's really only for picking up pallets. It ain't forks per se, like flat skidded forks. The 2-inch thick fork, you can't really get, it looks like I couldn't get up underneath that. Let's go try some bamboo stakes over there. jiggled the bucket a little bit. Still pretty secure. I think what helps them stay secure is to stabilize them more across the middle. That's still. So here's what I think about them. All right. Let me show you how I get them off, and then we'll get back down there to the garden. Basically, loosen them up like that, and it was tight. Obviously, I got it hand free, or I got it broke free with my hands, but it was tight. And let me just take it. And it's not, man, I don't know how much they weigh, but just with the weight dispersed like this, I mean, I'm not strong by any stretch of the imagination, and I don't know, it's probably 50 pounds, maybe something like that. So, not bad. Put up against the wall right there. When I'm ready to put them back on, I just slap them back on. All right, let me get back down there and talk a little more about it. So that got a little loose, so just watch the, maybe some debris will tighten it. But if you carry a wrench with you or something, you know, you can always leave it tight in there. Let me tell you what these are ideal for. These are ideal for moving pallets. They're too thick here to get up underneath something like pallet forks, like, you know, that attaches to your skid steer quick attach. So they're too thick here, but if you're just going to go under a pallet, I think you'll be fine with them. If you're only going to move small pallets with a small tractor, I think you'll be fine with them as well. I think they probably will do 1,500 pounds. They look thick enough or stout enough to do 1,500 pounds worth. If you're going to get into piles of debris and stuff like that, and you don't take a rubber mallet to secure these with, my assumption is they probably will break loose. We didn't hook chains up to them, but if you're, you know, don't. I think the key takeaway from these things is don't overdo them. If it says 1,500 pounds, I would keep it in the less than 1,500 pounds for sure. But I mean, for 59 bucks, 75 bucks shipped, I mean, I can handle that. But I will tell you this, I'll give you a caveat. The caveat is I put them on a machine that only lifts 600, 700, 800 pounds. So I'm not going to overdo it. And I don't think I'll bend my bucket by putting too much weight on it, because the machine won't lift that much weight, if that makes sense. But if you first of all, don't put 30-inch forks on a bigger machine. You do have trouble, you know, when I was sitting in the operator's workstation and the bucket was level, I could not see the tips of the forks. I had to curl the bucket back to see the tips of the forks. So if you're going to be operating in a smooth, like, concrete floor or something like that, you may have to stand up out of your seat and go that way to get to see the tips as you go into the pallet. I think most of what you're going to be using these for is moving pallets around. Maybe IBC totes. If you got some empty IBC totes. I don't think you're going to take an IBC tote with, you know, 50 gallons or 250 gallons of water in it, or liquid, or whatever it comes in. I don't think you're going to be using that. But I think, man, I'm telling you, for 75 bucks, I think you'll be all right. I think you'll be all right for 75 bucks. 30-inch forks, 1,500 pound lift capacity. If you're only going to use them every now and again, if you're going to be using them. Oh, and I almost forgot. I said it. Remember, I filmed the first part of this 5 days ago. I almost forgot. These are good if you have a pin-on bucket. If you have a skid steer quick attach, I would probably just go ahead and get the pallet forks that are quick attach pallet forks. They're probably less time to put on, but if you're, you know, if you don't want to spend $1,000 for pallet forks that connect to your skid steer quick attach, and you're looking for something simple just to move a few light things around every now and again, I think you'll be fine with these. I really do. I think you'll be fine with them if you just don't go out there and get crazy with them. You're not going to dig up stumps with them. You're not going to, you know, go into big brush piles with them and carry away a bunch of stuff like that. But I think you'll be fine if you're just moving organized cargo around. So there you go. I bought a cheap pair of pallet forks off Amazon. 75 bucks delivered. 5 days delivery. You know, go get you a pair, I guess. Or don't. One of the two. Hey, I appreciate you guys watching. There's a really cool video about some other things I bought from Amazon right here. Check it out. You guys take care. God bless you guys.